My name is Zulfiq Farazan, representing Newsfirst from Sri Lanka. My question is, it's been 2 years since Sri Lanka suspended servicing its external debt. And what is the IMF's projection for Sri Lanka on its path to recovery, given the fact that the agreements in principle with bilateral creditors are yet to be realized into actual agreements, and the agreements with the private creditors are yet to be achieved as negotiations have hit a roadblock? Thank you.
Thank you, Zulfiq. Again, very good question. Let me give you some numbers just to tell you how the program is bearing fruit. I mean, when Sri Lanka embarked on this adjustment program, it was clearly, it had its back to the wall. Things were really not in very good shape. But you do see signs of early signs of recovery. I would call them green shoots. Real GDP expanded by 3% year on year in the second half of 2023. March inflation was 0.9% versus 70% peak in September 2022. Reserves increased by 2.5 billion in 2023, and the primary balance reached a surplus of 0.6% of GDP in 2023. Now, why am I giving you these numbers? The reason I'm giving you these numbers is to show that the program on which Sri Lanka embarked upon was ambitious, much needed, but now it's delivering results. I don't want to jinx it because the road ahead is going to be harder, but there is progress being made, and both in terms of growth, you talked about recovery, and in terms of inflation. Now, you talked about, again, let me just note that, as I said, that there's still much more work to be done, both in terms of the fiscal policy, in terms of building reserves, in terms of becoming resilient. You talked about debt restructuring negotiations. I think they're progressing well in terms of with the official creditors. There's been a good progress. It's been quite encouraging, the news there. With private creditors, the discussions are ongoing. You know this for a fact that we don't get involved in these negotiations at all. We just watch to see what's happening. We provide input to the partners who are in the negotiation, both on the macro framework and what's falling ahead. So my sense is that there are some setbacks on the private sector restructuring, but again, both parties are talking. So I'm hopeful that there will be some conclusions down the road. But again, the program is delivering on what's expected to do. Growth is picking up, inflation is coming down, reserves are going up, but the road ahead is still difficult. So you have to keep pursuing with those reforms, both on the fiscal side and in terms of the structural reform side, including on governance and reducing corruption. Those are areas which are very, very important.